White House Press Secretary Jen Psaki today is appearing to put the blame on Republicans for public schools not being open yet. Psaki made the comment while trying to pressure the GOP into supporting President Biden's COVID stimulus package. Take a listen.
The pieces that are in, for example, this COVID package that is the top priority for him right now are things that Democrats and Republicans across the country support. 70% of the public supports them. Are Republicans now against reopening schools? Are they against getting unemployment insurance checks to the American people? Are they against getting vaccines in the arms of Americans?
So, Jesse, one of the policies that Biden has put into place via executive action is opening kindergarten through 8th grade schools all across the country in his first 100 days in office. But his critics are saying, look, following a year in which these Democrat-led unions lobbied Washington and the states so hard to keep schools closed, this seems a little bit hypocritical.
Well, I think the unions are going to steal the COVID relief, and here's why. When my daughters come up and say, Daddy, can I have money for a snack at the snack bar? I say, sure, how much do you need? And if they said, yeah, Dad, I need $150,000, I'd say, well, I mean, a grilled cheese and a Coke and fries cost $5.
You're such
They're
a
asking for $250 billion. $250 billion to get these schools open. Now, I priced it out, and I'm looking at thermometers, masks, the plastic dividers you put up, even an upgrade to the air filtration system. I price it out, Chicago School District, 600 schools there, $24 million. $24 million. You put, I don't know, the next 19 biggest school districts in the United States, that only adds up to $1 billion. They're asking for $250 billion. Where is that money going? Where is the money going? It doesn't take that much money to do this.
Greg, the Chicago Teachers Union is now, there's this big brouhaha because they want vaccines before Chicago schools open back up. At the top school districts in this country, New York, Miami, Houston, they're all open without shots. What do you think gives there? Should Chicago get a special exemption?
Well, Juan just said, we all want our kids to be safe. Well, if the data is telling you they're safer at school than not in school, I think there's your answer. All you need to do is make the proper adjustments, as Jesse was saying, and it's actually safer than not having them at school when they're going off and doing whatever they want, hanging out with each other, whatever, and not social distancing. I remember when I was a teen, we didn't social distance at all. But let's not forget, the COVID package was deliberately delayed so Trump would lose. And people died because of that. Mm-hmm. People suffered, people died. So they got blood on their hands, so they can't come here. Jen, I have to say, Jen Psaki, sounded a lot like Donald Trump, who was the first and loudest proponent for schools reopening, which was based on data. But when he doubled down on that, he was accused of putting teachers and children at risk, and the media consistently would do that with any kind of act meant to help the economy or help people get back to work or help people from going crazy or overdosing in their isolation. Anytime you even brought that up, you would be portrayed as somebody who would let people die, that you didn't believe in safety first. So this is now they've inherited the problem. They're no longer on the Dems and the left are no longer on the outside who can gawk and make fun of people. Now they've got the responsibility, and suddenly they're discovering nuance. They're saying, oh, this is very hard. This is very difficult. Well, it was hard and difficult under Trump, and you didn't seem to mind calling him a mass murderer.
Katie, I saved the best for last. What do you got?
This is extortion by the teachers unions, plain and simple. They're trying to get more taxpayer money, even though they already got $65 billion to reopen schools. And there are school districts around the country that have no money, have never had any money, that are open. So it's extortion, plain and simple.